everyone, and welcome to the community show. And today I've got Sonia. It's really good to have you here today, Sonia.
Thank you for inviting me.
How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
Great. Now the reason I invited Sonia on was because I went down to Hill's Cafe the other day in Micklefield, and I saw this big sign up about a networking event for women that they hold at Hill's Cafe once a month. Is that right? On a Monday? Mm-hmm. Okay, so do you want to tell me something about it?
Well, I set it up because within the business that I do, I'm very fortunate to have a really supportive group of mentors, and with our company we're really good at our support and training. And as I've gone along the way, I've met lots of other women that are working for themselves, that are self-employed or started running their own business. And I found from speaking to them, they didn't have that same support. They didn't have any coaching or mentoring because they'd set it up themselves. And also their confidence and self-belief wasn't always there because they didn't have somebody to share things with. And I just thought it'd be really nice to have a really supportive group where we can all share and help each other and boost other people's, their businesses and also their confidence in what they're doing.
Yes, I agree with you. Because there is hardly anything out there. I mean, there are things like Ladies of Latte in Marlow. I think that's the only one that's actually free. So It's really good to see that you're doing this. Now, one of the things I noticed is that it's actually for mums, but is it open to any woman who's running her own business?
Absolutely. So it's not just mums. I just found that I just wanted people to be aware that there may be children there, because the other networking group, like you said, is that I've been to ones that are very, very expensive, and if you're starting up your own business, that's another, funding out. Yeah. And also that a lot of the women that I meet work their own businesses because they want to be at home with their children, and if you can't then get out there, it's really, really difficult. So I wanted to show that this is somewhere you can come with your children and promote yourself and be comfortable and relaxed as well. So I just wanted other women to know that it's not going to be quite as formal as what some other networking groups would be.
It's fantastic, but you seem like a person that's used to organising things. You've got that confidence, so have you done stuff like this before?
I've set up a couple of events, and I've done training for my own team. So I guess some of those things come into play, and I really enjoy helping women and seeing them grow. Men too, but I really like seeing women's self-belief coming up. So I think sometimes if you just get things started, then the organisation will then slot into place after.
When you say you work with your own team, what is it you actually do?
So when I work from home, I'm a mum of 6.
You've got 6 children.
So I had to find something to work from home.
Where do you have the energy?
Gosh, I try and eat really well, and those coffees again. But I work from home and I help other mums to do the same. So I help them all get their business up and growing, and we work in the health and wellbeing sector. And so from the training that's come from that, not only have I been able to pass it on to my team and with the family as well, because there's a lot of personal development in there, I just felt that it'd be nice to be able to offer something back as well, because the women that I meet along the way are just, they're incredible, they're awesome how they set things up. So not just purchasing the goods that they've made, but also to help them move along a little bit and give them a little bit of business advice that I was fortunate enough to have and pass that on. And we all work together, so they give back as well with me and give ideas, so it's really nice.
It sounds amazing. So are you a life coach, would you say, or lifestyle coach of some kind?
We do a lot of coaching, I do get to do a lot of coaching, and I've had a lot of coaching, and I've gone to various different people through different sorts of therapies and coaching. And I guess I've picked a lot of what has worked for me and for other people I've worked closely with, and just use those tools and those strategies to then go on and share those.
Okay. What sort of training have you done then?
There's lots. Within the company, they offer their training. So as mentors, we learn ourselves through the people that we work with. So there's books out there, like Alan Pease that's done Questions and the Answers. I'm saying Jeffrey's Attitude is Everything. That's a really great book for building. And Who Moved My Cheese? There's lots of books out, those sorts of, and TED Talks. Amy Cundy. And so all of these things that you can tap into, anyone can tap into. And I've also done some work with just other life coaches that have grown their own business as a life coach, and I've gone to them and experienced through those. So there's a few different women that I've worked with as well.
Oh, fantastic!
Business coaches.
Fantastic. So, why Micklefield? Do you live around here in the Micklefield area?
I live just up in Totteridge at the top there.
Right.
But with Hills, I actually know. How did I even come across Hills initially? I know Matt Knight and Annie Bourne. And Nikki Pearson and Julia Woolston, and they have a lot to do in the community. And so I was a part of the neighbourhood action group, and I think possibly Nikki had mentioned to me that Hills Cafe was going to be starting. And of course this is a community-based cafe, so it's it's not always making a great profit, and I really wanted to also raise the awareness of Hills, because they're amazing. They are just, and they give a lot back to the community as well. They offer a lot of work experience and a CV building. So I just wanted to give back and promote Hills Cafe at the same time.
Yeah.
And they're great for families, you know, so it's another business that we can help along the way as such.
It feels like Micklefield have got a very, very cohesive community in the way, I mean, the library and everyone seem to work really well together. They're a very good model, I think, for the rest of High Wycombe or the rest of the area. So, you know, when I went in there and I saw that, I thought, wow, as I say, it's very exciting. It's exciting for people, for myself, because there is no one. There's nowhere to go. When you're working at home on your own, you do tend to get lonely. You don't have that support. I mean, I'm a trained life coach, but I use life coaching all the time. I'd be nowhere without that. You know, life coaching is amazing, and I totally believe in it 100%. You know, we set my end of the year goals, working towards them, doing my best. What are yours?
For next year?
Well, no, have you got any end of the year goals?
Yeah, there's a few team members. As far as business-wise, or as far as...
As the, maybe the networking?
Well, with the networking, I'm really excited for next year, because I'm going to bring in some more, because we've generally just been helping each other and batting off each other ideas and tools, and what I want to bring in is actually proper plans and advice, because I had to look at it broadly, because I'm in network marketing, so we work slightly differently. So to be able to reach everybody and bring in maybe a 10-15 minute slot of training as such, so that anybody can come along and tap into that, is what I want to do for 2018.
Fantastic. So do you have a newsletter, or do you have any other way of connecting to the community? Because if I hadn't walked into the cafe, I wouldn't have known that this is happening. Are you on Facebook? How do you promote the group?
Actually, kind of, the first time I did pop it on High Wycombe Facebook page. You know, they've got the page of the High Wycombe, and I asked if anybody knows anyone that runs their own businesses, and then I contacted them. So we did that, and also just the women that I meet in all of the events locally, I just go and ask them, you know, would it be something of use to you? We've got a Facebook group, because a lot of the women actually, many of them work full-time as well, and they would like their business to then overtake that, or it's a hobby on the side of it. So not everyone can get there on a Monday. So we've got this Facebook group that we can also interact on there and bring things in on there. So I actually haven't gone out there and really advertised it.
Okay. Because that would be an interesting way of getting everything out there, as you say, for the new year. Because there are so many small businesses. One of the things that I'm trying to also get some more awareness around is where to work. And I have had meetings with people like Kafira and small businesses around the area where we don't have anywhere to work. You know, there are so many buildings and so many places that are empty, you know, not even going into homelessness, which is a huge issue. But small businesses would really, really love to be able to work around Wycombe where all the shops are closed. And is there any way that something could be done with these businesses? Or are these mainly women that work from home? Or do you think there would be interest there to have some kind of coalition that gets some more awareness for us to actually use Wycombe in a more positive way?
I think you're right, because I think they've got an amazing community down in Micklefield, and that's from those people that I've mentioned. They are doing it. They're not expecting everyone else to do it. They're doing it themselves. And for counsellors, that's unique. It's not very often that happens. And I think the fact that the rent is so high in Wycombe is just, I mean, it's just crazy. Yeah. You have to be earning a fortune to do that.
Sorry, I think it's something like 60,000 a year for the lease for a shop in High Wycombe. It's insane.
And that's without the electricity.
But they're all closed.
Yeah.
It's the same in Maidenhead. everything is closed. There's got to be something that we can do together. But sorry,
it's all these fat cats, isn't it, coming in and taking over, and it's getting the small businesses out of work. I think most women that I work with work from home because it works around their families, so to be out and in a premises maybe wouldn't be ideal for them. There's a few, I know that a friend of mine, Teresa, and her husband have set up a shop recently in High Wycombe for charity, for their daughter who died. And, you know, I don't know, they've recently started, so head down there if you can do.
We'll have to get them all on Moving On TV.
I'll have to watch. She's only around the corner. We'll get hold of Teresa and bring her down, because yes, definitely, it'd be really great. I just think that the rent is just so high. You know, I looked at other places that we could go and meet up before with my team, not with the networking group, with my team. And everyone wants you to hire places, and if I come down to I'm not going to say the location, if I came down here promoting you, because we'll be advertising to people, and now my team with their families would come down, it's just this long-term thinking rather than this short-term little bit of money. And I don't know what we can really do about that in Wycombe, but we have got a great community, and if people just tap into it a little bit more, speak to each other a little bit more, just say hello, you'll find that people do come, you know, not everybody, but people are much more of a community spirit if we just make these first steps.
Sorry to stop you there. Why do you think Nicholfield's different? What
the people that are doing it.
What's going on? Where did they get this from? Because I know they saved the library. I know they actually went out there and they got a lottery grant to save their own library. So what's the difference between an area like this, do you think, and another area that's just given up? What is it? Do they have that special, what do you call it, morale inside, or connection, community connection?
If you're on your own, if you're doing anything on your own, which is why I got the group, I guess, set up, if you're doing anything on your own and you take a knock, or you feel like you're the only person, you kind of give up more easily. If you get a few of you together, then you can go, it's okay, we're together on this. I'm not the only person feeling this. Then if you get more people, because you can speak and you can connect, and it's all these connections, you know, Matt and Julia and Nikki and Catherine and Annie and Nicola, you know, those people in this community, this part of Micklefield, this part of town, they're really on it, and they want to change the community for the better. And because they've come together, they've got a much more of a bigger voice. And Julia's, you know, she's amazing at getting things changed. She's very passionate. Yeah,
I have to meet her as well. Well, you know, Moving On TV, we're trying to bring people together. We're trying to make the world a better place. We're trying to give that light to people that don't have it. You know, one of the things I said today is, please come here if you're lonely, because I can't, loneliness is such a soul destroyer. And all these people that are setting up businesses, they're all for the good of the community.
Yeah.
What kind of businesses do you have? That come
around here we've got
network.
We've got women that make their own jewellery, handmade cards, which is just really lovely, make them really unique. We've got a lady that does the Asian sorts of clothings with the scarves. We've got a life coach that comes along. We've got other network marketers that do network marketing in different companies. Got an osteopath that comes, another lady that is and I can never pronounce how she says it, and I've worked with her, she's brilliant, Jo. Myofascia work.
Yeah,
is that correct? Am I saying the right thing?
I know, Jo.
And childminders, it's just handmade clothing, baby clothing, crocheting, all the old skills that have come back as well, which I love, and knitting, sewing, card making, decorations, just so many, it's so varied, and you can't, people will say to them, I know they've said it to them that, oh, I can get that for so much cheaper in the shops, or, you know, I'm not going to mention names of shops, I can get it cheaper here. And what they forget is they're never going to get that because it's unique for a start. And also they're paying for that person's time when they've gone to have a look, and they can help them choose the right colour, or they can match it with their dress, they can make it unique to them. You're not getting the same as if you bought something from a shop down the road where they've paid a child 2 pence to make it instead of what they should be paying that child to make it. So there's a lot of reasons really why I really want to promote these small businesses. It's essential. My dad lost a small business because of what was happening nowadays with the bigger companies taking over. And what happened was the community was devastated. It wasn't that he lost the shop. He then wasn't able to help the elderly people that would come in because he knew he could take the milk if they needed it when the shop was shut. There was disabled people coming in, people with dog walkers, people would meet together and have hot chocolate with my dad.
Yeah, that's how it used, that community thing. We really need that back. We really, really do need that back. And not only what you're saying about that, the community thing is a lot of the time when we buy stuff, like I buy a lot of stuff on the internet, I'm not mentioning any names, everything's faulty. Everything's broken, everything, with all due respect, is rubbish. Things don't fit together, but here you've got the person you're working with directly that cares about you. It's a one-to-one connection. It's the way communities used to work. You used to have the baker, you know, the butcher, you know what I mean. You used to have, everything used to be just there for you, and it was like a family feel, and we need to bring that back a lot more. So just before we finish, so when you're meeting again, if you want to say that into the camera, when are we meeting again?
Now we're going to meet the first Monday in January, as long as it's not January the 1st. So the first Monday they got back to school. However, I just need to check with Matt because the cafe was closed on Mondays to short staff, so I need to double check that he's going to be back, because it might be the Monday or the Friday, the first Monday or the first Friday back in Jan. So I mean, feel free to get in touch with me for more information.
How do people get in touch with you, Sonia?
Probably the best way would be Facebook, Sonia Shields, SHIELDS, Sonia SONIA. Or text or phone me, which is 07585957065, and I'll just get some information across. And even if you can't make it along to the meetings, then you'll be welcome on the Facebook group, and we do lots on there as well.
Fantastic. And you can always contact me, Laurene, with LAURENE at movingontv.uk, or ring me on 07437 532 798 to find out more about this wonderful networking group that's happening here at Hills Cafe in Micklefield, or to come on board the community show and tell your own amazing, unique story. So thank you so much, Sonia. It's been amazing having you here. Namaste.
Thank you.
Have a beautiful Christmas, as we're just before Christmas, and let's hope we can make the world a beautiful, beautiful new place in 2018. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Goodbye. How would you get someone that's actually in intense pain, that it's hard for them to even sit and think that they could ask their pain in? How are you going to do it? Would you do that by steps, like slowly, slowly, gently, gently? Because
the first thing that you want to do is imagine that you're holding a sword and shield while setting the sword and shield down, and then walking up to an imagined sacred space, the door opening, and then your issue, say neck pain, walking through the door, and you welcome it. You say, well, welcome to Moving On TV, the new TV channel for us, the positive, inspirational TV channel. My name is Laurene Hope. I am the founder and CEO of Moving On TV. No one is ordinary. We're all special, unique, wonderful human beings. We're all celebrities with our own talents and strengths and dreams. Moving On TV is here for all of us. We have a book show if you wrote a book. We're looking for talent, for Moving On talent. We want to stream you. We don't want you to compete. Artists shouldn't have to compete. It's disrespectful. And we're going to produce a new musical, and you could be in it. And we're going to serialize it for everyone. We're not going to have the news. We're going to have the happy news. Positive, inspirational, happy stories, which are actually the majority of the stories in the world that are happening all around us, except no one wants to give them to you. And of course, because we're run by solution-based people, life coaches, we want to give you the truth and to help you move on. So we want to know why these tragedies are happening all around us. Why are so many people being hit off their bicycles? What is the solution to all these problems in our world? How can we have a better world, a more peaceful world? We're looking for you. We're looking for all of you. Everyone has a unique story. We're looking for hosts, presenters, all age groups, particularly older people that are not being given any opportunities. Come and work on our media. Cameramen, editors, anyone who wants to work with us. And of course, sponsors. Organic makeup and organic products that are helping the environment and the human race. Come on board Moving On TV, the new positive channel, the channel that gives you hope. You can contact me at Laurene with an E at movingontv.uk. Don't get depressed. Come on board Moving On TV. See you soon. Bye.
Still can see your love holding on, pushing way beyond the tears. I still can see your love holding on, pushing way beyond the tears. pushing way